If you're not willing to do the work, then you've already failed yourself, because it's not hard to do. You just have to be willing to do it. People don't normally plan their lives. They just aimlessly bounce around playing damage control to everything that's actually happening to them, instead of taking the time, sit down, and actually make a plan for what they want for a future, instead of doing what they think they deserve. It's like, one, if they don't feel like they deserve a lot from the future, then they're gonna settle. I'm not gonna settle. I hope you don't settle, because you are worth a lot more than that. People stop believing that they could achieve their dreams. And I think that's why they start settling and start resenting their lives, because they're like, when they think about their lives now, what they think about in high school is not what they're living now. So it's just like, where did I go wrong? But it's like, did you make a plan for the thoughts you had in high school to get to where you are now? Or did you just aimlessly bounce from one job to the next because you're like, oh my God, I need money. Oh my God, I got this. Oh my God, there's an emergency. Oh my God, there's something else. Instead of, everybody hold on for a second. Let me figure this out and change the trajectory of my life, because I don't like how it's going. And if they don't do that, then it's not gonna happen. I realized that from a long time ago, where I'm just like, I did not like where my life was going. I'm just like, if I continue down this path, I'm not gonna be a happy camper. And I want to enjoy my life. I want to enjoy every second of my life. So that's what I'm going to do. And I made the decision to, one, stop working for other people who don't appreciate anything that I do and make it seem like I'm a robot. I'm not. I'm human with a lot of feelings. So if you don't appreciate any of that, then guess what? We can't work together. I was able to do that because I made a plan for myself. I know what future I want to have. And if anything that I'm dealing with in the present doesn't align with that, then guess what? That goes out the window. I'm not going to do it. Number two, look good. When you look good, you are more inclined to do what you actually want to do. And when you're doing what you want to do, you're creating the future that you want. So if you have to get your nails done, get them done. Build that confidence by getting your nails done, getting those bundles, if that's your thing. I don't wear hair hats anymore. I stopped a few years ago since I got my sister locks. But if that's your thing, go ahead. Get your bundles. Get your lip gloss. I got mine from my friend. She just launched her product line from Doxology Beauty. And this color is called Fia. When you look how you want to feel, you're gonna do things that makes you happy. After you make a plan about the direction that you want your life to go in, and you have what you need to look good, but don't go out and buy extra clothes. Don't do that. Use the ones that you have right now, because you are going into a period where you have to minimize your spending and really focus in on the goal you're trying to achieve. So that means no more buying new clothes. Use the ones you have. Unless they're like really, 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 really tattered and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to replace that. But just replace that one and then you move on. Okay? No more buying clothes. What you do after that is you ask yourself, what is the smallest thing that I can do right now to start? And when you figure that part out, you start today. Because that is what holds 99% of people back. And I feel like 99% of people really hold themselves back because they get caught up in doing like a ton of research. And I'm not saying don't do any research. Do your research, but do your research while you're actually doing the thing, because the only way and the best way to learn what you want to do and to become what you want to be in the future is to actually start doing it. So once you start doing it, the smallest possible thing that you can actually figure out that, okay, if you Prime example, if you want to get better at cooking, or if you just don't know how to cook or anything, the smallest thing that you can do is make sure you have a stove and a pot. Just start with one. Make sure you have that. If you have a really small apartment and you don't have a kitchen, guess what? They have tabletop burners that you can use. So you don't really have any excuse. Do not give yourself any excuse. Once you start going into that phase where you're like, oh, I can't do this because of this, and this reason. Well, guess what? That, and that reason are steps that you need to take. So stop looking at all your excuses as, oh, you can't do this. Those are steps you need to take in order to do it. So switch your view on it and you'll actually see that, hey, I kind of know what to do. We always know what to do. That's a crazy part. We always know what to do, but we always somehow find it in ourselves to doubt ourselves and think that we don't know what to do, but we know. So after you start with your pot, then you start watching Gordon Ramsay. So if you want to be like him, or you find somebody else who you're like, okay, I can start here and they can teach me this one recipe. You focus on that one recipe and you cook the hell out of that one recipe until you perfect it, where you're just like, ooh, this is me. This is everything that I want in it, and this is how I'm going to make it every time. Now, it's never going to be perfect because perfection is an illusion. It is a lie. But once you figure out how you're going to season it and the flavors and everything that you like with it, you move forward to the next step. What other recipe can I add to this, where it's just like, hey, I have a staple. Now I need another staple. That's how you have to execute the plan that you have for your life. You start with one, you start small, smallest level, start small, and then you build on top of that. And you keep building, and you keep building, and you keep building. And before you know it, you are way ahead of somebody else who did not start the time that you started and who are not putting in all the work that you're putting in. So it's up to you. Be forewarned. Don't ever think that the road that you're going to travel is going to be easy. Because once you decide that you are going to do something for yourself and to take yourself out of the situation that you're in and put yourself into the situation that you want to be in, everything is going to try to fight you, because there's a lot of things that are trying to keep you where you are. And once you make that conscious decision to move from where you are to a next level, you kind of have to prove why you need to be on that level. So that's where the challenges come from. And don't look at challenges as a bad thing. Challenges are lessons that you need to learn in order to get you to the next level. So remember, you're down here and you want to be up here. Now, there's certain things that you need to do in order to get up here. Those are called challenges. Those are roadblocks. And roadblocks don't necessarily mean you're not supposed to go. Roadblocks mean, hey, there's a better way. So don't give up easily. Don't give up easily, because it's going to be a rough road, but it's going to be worth it. And every time you feel like you want to give up, remember why you started this journey to begin with. And that's one of the most important things that you really should write down at the start. So like in your making plan section, write your reason why you want to get out of where you are right now and to go to where you want to be. That why is going to come in later on when everything starts falling apart and you're standing and looking like, what the hell is actually happening? But guess what? Everything has to fall apart in order for you to rise to the next level. So whenever anything starts breaking and relationship starts ending and people are just like cutting you off, that needs to happen for you to elevate to the other level. So don't look at it as a bad thing, because it's not. The thing that is going to separate you from everybody else is your ability to be 100% yourself 100% of the time. And if you are around people who cannot stand 100% of you, then those people need to go. And if you don't feel safe to be 100% of yourself in the environment that you're in, you need to leave. Because that is one thing that is holding you back from living the life that you want to live. You have to be fearless. You have to live authentically you. And if you don't feel like you can do that, you cannot achieve the things that you want to achieve, because to achieve those things, you have to do it your way. You really have to make that decision that you would make and do everything that you would do your way. Yes, there are people on the way, they're mentors and everyone who is going to guide you to, not doing something really stupid when they see you trying to do something and then it's just like, oh, please don't do that. Go this way. Just go this way. Like sometimes, yes, it may work, but if you feel it in your heart and in your gut that this is the way that I want to do something and this is the way how I'm going to do it, go for it. Trust your instincts and go for it. It will never lead you wrong. And when you do things your way, at the end of your life, you're going to love every moment of it because you lived your life exactly how you wanted to. So there is no blame to give because all you are is proud of yourself. Do it for you.